Hey guys, how you doing? Today is a major milestone in my life. It marks 500 consecutive days I've been confined to the city of Shenyang. I've not been able to leave for 500 days. This streak started way back in the year 2020. Now I've made a top 10 list of the top 10 things I've learned during this streak of 500 days being confined to the city of Shenyang. I'm borrowing a page from the old David Letterman show where he made a real fantastic, funny list of the top 10 things every night. Well, here's my top 10 list of the things I've learned during the pandemic in Shenyang over the last 500 days. All right, so you may be wondering, how do you even get confined to a city for 500 days? Well, the answer is they have a green code system where you have to have a green code to travel. And if you travel into a place that has a COVID case, that green code turns red and you've lost all right to leave your house, basically. And so if you are out, if you leave your home and your green code goes red, you could end up in one of China's famous quarantine camps, where, as you saw in the Olympics, you don't get good food, you may not get internet, you definitely won't get anybody who speaks English to help you, and you'll be locked in a room with police at the door. And that's how the COVID camp works. So you don't want to go there, especially if you're a foreigner. So you don't take chances, you stay put in your city, which in my case is Shenyang. So you just avoid taking any chances. You stay in the city where you live and work, because you don't want to go to a COVID camp. And as the time goes by, you can't leave, and voila, you've been here 500 days. So that's how it works. But I've learned a lot in these 500 days. And number 10, the green code is like gold, right? You don't ever want to lose that green code. Otherwise, you can't go to work. You can't go on the bus, you can't go on the subway, you can't go to the grocery store, you can't even go to the hospital if you lose that green code. So number 10 on my list is the green code is like gold. Number 9 on my list is a good thing. The 9th thing I've learned is that you save a lot of money if you have a job. All right, so being confined to one place is a good way to save money because you don't have any way to spend it. By the way, it's very beautiful here. It's February, and the river's still frozen, but we're not. We're moving on. So number 9, you save a lot of money. The 8th thing I learned is that if you have a Chinese friend who's still your friend after everything that's gone on, they are to be highly valued. The days are gone where you are valued as a foreigner and a friend here. There's nothing to be gained with social status. You basically are the guy with brown shoes and a tuxedo at the party, okay? So you're the guy at the party with brown shoes and a tuxedo. Kind of like Dumb and Dumber when they put on the, the blue and the orange tuxedos for the big party. That's kind of what you are now as a foreigner here. Nothing to be gained for local Chinese people being your friend. And if they're still your friend after all this, God bless them. Treat them like gold. Number 7 on my list is I've learned to be grateful for smiles. The great thing about a smile is that it is free, doesn't cost you anything, but it makes you feel better, right? That's been proven scientifically. But here in China in 2022, oh, you rarely see smiles anymore, especially if you're a foreigner. There's not going to be a lot of smiles directed your way. So I've learned to be grateful for smiles. That is number 7 on my list. Number 6 on my list is I've learned to be grateful for good food and a variety of food. Listen, in the United States, it's possible you could go to a great restaurant and not return again for several years, not because it's too expensive or not because you didn't like it, but because there's so many other great restaurants, right? There's so much competition for food. Look at this. He's gonna come right at me. I can't believe this. Glad I got the camera on for that. You wouldn't believe that if I just told you it happened. Because I had the camera on, you can believe it. But yeah, I miss Cracker Barrel. I miss eating at my mom's. I miss, you know, Captain D's, Red Lobster, Olive Garden, Texas Roadhouse. I miss all those places. So number 6, 500 days of confinement has taught me to be grateful for good food. Now the 5th thing that 500 days of confinement has taught me is to be grateful for live sports. Oh, I miss college football so much. I saw the celebration in Ann Arbor for the upset of Ohio State. And just seeing the joy on everybody's faces was just amazing to watch, because you never see such joy here, pure joy, right? And I miss college football, NHL hockey, you know, Korean professional baseball. You don't get live sports like that here. It just doesn't exist. Number 4 on my list is 500 days of confinement has taught me to be grateful for church. Listen, they closed everything down when the pandemic began, but they reopened the schools, the restaurants, and everything except churches. And I can't tell you how much I miss hearing a good smile, getting a warm handshake when you walk in the door of a good church. I mean, you can't put value on hearing a great sermon and meeting with other believers. It's such an encouragement. But you don't get that here. And so all the churches have been closed now for about 2.5 years. And I don't think they're ever going to reopen. There you go, nice big garbage pile for you. If you're missing that. Ooh, ooh. Look at that, man. Danger all around. Look at how sandy this is. Danger is a constant companion. All right, number 3. Lockdowns do impair the local economy. You know, you see so many storefronts now that are empty, businesses closed. These lockdowns are having an effect on the economy. You look around, you see people aren't driving as nice a cars as before the pandemic. So the 3rd thing I've learned from 500 days of confinement is that lockdowns do impair the economy. Number 2 on my list is I have learned that anybody who sends you care packages from home, whether it be a private business or family, is a hero. All right, number 2, you are a hero if you send care packages to people here in China. That is priceless, because there's so many products you can't get on a store shelf here. But if somebody can send it to you from home, like macaroni and cheese, Planters peanuts, that is some high value stuff. All right. Finally, that brings us to number 1. The number 1 thing I've learned from 500 days of confinement here in Shenyang is that the only way to end this is to either die or resign from your job and go home. All right? So you've either got to die or go home. There's no 2 ways about it. And so I don't want to go another 500 days like this. It's been really rough. And so yeah, I'll probably be resigning here in a few weeks from my position, but you're not going to be able to leave Shenyang and keep your job. You've got to resign or die. So that's number 1 on the list. So yeah, the bottom line is, you know, I've learned a lot about life in the last 500 days. And some of it was good. A lot of it was bad. But I've gotten through it. And hopefully it won't be long now until I'm packing up and heading home. So I'm hoping to have a smooth, safe transition out of here in the next few months. But anyways, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful February and a happy Valentine's Day to all of you around the world, wherever you may be watching this. Okay guys, that's all for now.